Are you seeking a better way to accelerate your sales, to scale your business, to live a life with no limits? Accelerate Sales Podcast features global experts who have cracked the code to recurring revenues with proven sales systems and get you on the fast track to scaling. Now let's accelerate your sales with today's episode.
Hello, I'm Paul Higgins and welcome to the Cloud Consultants Solo Show, episode number 458. Today's topic is one action to retain your top talent. I'm going to cover the pipeline squeeze, how it impacts your top talent, which is you as well, and how you can get some help. If it's your first time, welcome. I share my learnings from scaling and selling a cloud consulting business and also mentoring hundreds of other cloud consultants. The show will be about 10 minutes. And you can also check out past shows. Just search Cloud Consultants Show and also check out those interviews as well. And if you love what you hear, please subscribe. If you're a regular, thanks for your support. Please email me at paul@paulhigginsmentoring.com to let me know you listen, because I love to hear from you as a listener. But also let me know some topics that you'd like me to cover. Okay, so before I start, I'd like to talk to you about the world's only revenue-focused community for cloud consultants. It's peers collaborating to help each other to run their business better. Less technical, more about biz. And also, just test it for yourself. Instead of Google, YouTube, wherever you're trying to find these quick answers at the moment, why not try us? It's completely free, and you can go and join at thecloudconsultantscollective.com. So as a cloud consultant, you rely on your platform for leads. And what I mean platform, that could be Salesforce, HubSpot, Microsoft. So those typically will help you or generate more leads for you. And then the ones that may be less are sort of Zoho, ClickUp, Monday. Now there's hundreds of others that I deal with, but they're sort of the core ones, right? And I've been talking to, cloud consultants and they tell me that, yes, the ones that are relying upon their partners for leads are seeing a reduction in their pipeline visibility, right? So they're saying at best they probably get 30 to 45 days notice if a project's going to go ahead, and in some cases it's far less, right? And as you know yourself, a good account executive or an AE in these companies will bring you in early, right? They're always the best deals, or you're co-selling. But many wait until the last minute, and then they want you to start as soon as possible, right? Because once a project starts, they know then they can close the deal. And, this puts an enormous amount of pressure on you and your team to basically get the job done, right? And if you say no to your partner, at best, they might just say, okay, well, we'll go to another partner for this time, right? But at worst, they'll stop giving you deals. So all of a sudden, this, the main reason or the main way that you generate income, which is through the SaaS partner, that disappears, right? So are you experiencing this at the moment? Are you experiencing what I call the pipeline squeeze, right? And when I'm talking to cloud consultants each and every day, they're saying they're definitely seeing this. And to be honest, it's probably more so at the moment because there's a high staff turnover in some of the SaaS companies. If you look at Salesforce as a great example, well, it's not a great example, but it's an example where due to the layoffs, this squeeze is getting more and more, right? You've got more junior accounting executives coming on board, or you've got account executives that are spending time looking for a job rather than actually selling, and therefore there's just not as much work, and when it does come, it comes late, right? And how does this impact on your top talent, your team? Well, it puts pressure on them because they want to, you say, or they know that they've got to finish other projects quicker to start the new one, right? And in some cases, you look to protect your top talent and you get back on the tools, right? And that's not helping because, well, it sort of helps in the short term because it solves the burning platform. However, in the long term, it really hurts you because you stop doing marketing, you stop doing sales, you stop doing the things that are helping you to self-generate leads, which then makes you more reliant or continues to make you reliant upon your SaaS partner, right? And all of a sudden, this becomes a vicious circle, right? And in some cases, your top talent leave due to this pressure, right? And as you know, it's so hard to find this talent in the first place, right? So how do we break this vicious circle? Well, before I tell you, I'd like to talk about the Scaling Blueprint for Cloud Consultants. It's an ebook built from my experience scaling and selling plus coaching and mentoring others to do the same. You can compare your business model, your sales engine, and your team and how you operate it to what I consider as best practice from our experience. You can go to paulhigginsmentoring.com/blueprint together, or it's in the link below. So to summarize, we've spoken about the pipeline squeeze, right? It's around your top talent getting under pressure because there's, just not enough notice given to when you are taking on new projects or your business is taking on new projects, right? And if they're under stress, ultimately this may lead to suboptimal performance by them. And at the worst case, like I said, you end up losing your talent, right? So what can you do? You can bring in junior people to support them, right? So let me sort of give you an example. Now, we've done this when I was back in Coca-Cola. We used to do a lot of these tests. I know HubSpot have got examples where about 50% of anyone's job is something that they shouldn't do themselves. Now, some people call it admin, but it's sometimes more complex than admin, right? So what you can do is actually bring someone in, a junior person, to report to your top talent, right? And how often, have you asked them, are you okay? You seem stressed at the moment, you seem overworked, and in the back of your mind, they are, but they don't want to put a burden on you, right? They're top talent because they'll say, I will solve this. I don't want you to feel this pressure. So, they'll basically say, no, everything's fine. I don't need any help, right? But really, in your heart of hearts that you need to do something for them, right? You listen, but you don't really change anything. Well, you can and you should do more than what you're currently doing. And by bringing in someone, they will absolutely respect you, right? Because you've actually done something that will make a significant change to their role. And it also gives your top talent leadership experience, right? Which is fantastic for them, and it's also great for you. Also, your clients get better project outcomes, right? So they win. And also, you can go back to focusing on self-generating leads so that you're more in control of your lead pipeline. You're not getting this ridiculous, 30 to 45 day visibility, which makes it hard for you to manage cash flow and everything else. And finally, the junior person gets the opportunity to develop, right? And you are also strengthening your future talent pool as well by having these people in. So from our experience, everyone wins, right? But the big question you're probably thinking right now is, well, how do you find this talent? Well, what I've done is gone out and found partnerships with companies that provide this type of talent. Now, if you're listening in the US, I'll use a US example. You'd have to, I'm still doing some work outside of the US if you're from that zone. But in the US, what these companies do is tap into government funding to train people, right? So they go and train them, and they train them for entry-level roles within cloud consulting businesses, right? And then they go and place the talent with you. Now, most recruitment is, normally 18 to 25% of an annual salary. I'm sure you've experienced that before, but this, because of the government funding, etc., is more closer to 2% of the salary or the year's salary for someone to hire, right? So let me summarize. If you are feeling the pipeline squeeze from your SaaS partner, i.e. they're not giving you the visibility of deals, and also they want you to take on deals quickly, right? And this is impacting your top talent, well, there is a solution for you and for your team. Just reach out to me. So you can reach out to me at paul@paulhigginsmentoring.com. You can also, in the show notes, there's a way to get through to me as well. And what I can do is actually help you assess your situation. So you can basically tell me your situation, and then I can refer you to the right partner, because we've got different partners for both different platforms and also for different size of businesses, right? So what are the key actions from today? Well, one is go and protect your top talent by bringing in junior people under them, right? They'll love you for it. And there's a bit of a rule called the 10-80-10 rule, right? So that is, i.e. your senior talent start something, then they get the junior talent to do the next 80%, and then they finish it off, right? It's a brilliant way to do that. And I'm going to do a future episode on that, so I'll tell you more about that upcoming. But first thing is go and protect that top talent. The second thing is, the way you do that is to reach out to me, and I'll assess your situation and put you in touch with the right partner. So please follow me on LinkedIn to get content specifically for cloud consultants. If you know someone who is dealing with this squeeze, right? This pipeline squeeze that I'm talking about, and you know that they could benefit this, please share it with them, right? They'll absolutely think you're a rock star for doing it. If you're a cloud consultant and you want to join our free collective, just go to cloudconsultantscollective.com. And as always, please take action to scale quickly with less effort to enjoy life more.
I'm fired up after today's episode. What about you? But hey, before you go, learning is just one piece of the puzzle. Now it's time to put today's strategy into action. Head over now to today's show page at paulhigginsmentoring.com/podcast and share how you'll put it into action. Be sure to head over to your favorite podcast platform and subscribe, rate, and review the show. Tell me what your favorite episode is. And don't wait 1 minute more to gain access to your pulse check at paulhigginsmentoring.com. This could be the difference between struggling to get more leads and making this next quarter your best one yet.